Welcome to Rakuten Group's 2021 third quarter financial results. We've just had another solid quarter of double-digit top-line growth, as well as strong sustained bottom-line growth in our internet businesses. This despite the high hurdle created by last year's accelerated growth amidst the pandemic. Overall, as we continue to invest in our mobile business, we recorded a consolidated loss similar to previous quarters. Our mobile business is now entering its next phase of growth as it starts to reduce reliance on our partner network's roaming service. The engine behind third quarter growth was our internet businesses, which focused on driving cross-service use of our multiple online services. FinTech profit growth remains at the same level as a year ago when excluding upfront investment for future growth and a one-off gain last year in the credit card business. Rakuten Card has announced a midterm plan aimed at not just boosting its own bottom line, but also lifting the FinTech business as a whole. Indeed, our FinTech business continues to acquire loyal customers at a rapid pace. In terms of account number, Rakuten Bank has grown to be Japan's #1 online bank and is disrupting traditional banking through a digital strategy empowered by Rakuten's strong ecosystem. As previously mentioned, we are in the early stages of exploring capital options. Our CFO will have the details on our overall financial strategy that aims to ensure capital flexibility, but also enable more autonomous growth of individual businesses within our ecosystem. All of this is part of a group strategy that aims to spur the next phase of disruption and growth in the post-pandemic world. For more, here's Rakuten CEO Miki Mikitani.
Welcome to Rakuten Group's fiscal year 2021 third quarter consolidated financial results video streaming session. Today, I would like to cover several topics. One is how unique our ecosystem is. The Rakuten's unique and resilient ecosystem has been performing very well. We have more than 70 innovative businesses in Japan and outside of Japan as well. Global membership has reached to 1.5 billion membership, and global transaction value for this quarter has reached to 6.6 trillion yen, which is almost 20% growth year on year. The uniqueness of Rakuten ecosystem is we utilize one brand, one ID, and also we utilize the data we accumulate across our different services. Especially for the FinTech, which is demonstrating really amazing growth. We cross-use our members, and there are also very strong financial synergies among financial services, including Rakuten Bank, which already have 11 million accounts, Rakuten Card, which has 24 million cards issued, and Rakuten Securities, which has 6 million accounts. All of them are either distant #1 service or close the #2 service in Japan. And on top of these three pillars, we also have Rakuten Pay, general insurance, and life insurance service. This is the highlight of some key verticals which we do. And as you can see on this chart, despite the fact the general economy has been impacted tremendously during this COVID-19, Rakuten has demonstrated its resilience against any kind of environment. For example, Rakuten domestic e-commerce GMS has grown 60% for over 2 years CAGR base, while the other players are struggling. Rakuten Travel GTP didn't show growth. It was negative 14% on 2-year CAGR base, but other industry has gone down significantly, almost over 50% negative growth. Ad businesses is also growing nicely, so as card shopping. Other credit card companies struggled tremendously during this COVID-19 because offline transaction has slowed down for the last 2 years because of COVID-19, but Rakuten Card shopping GTV has shown 25% CAGR growth. And one of the outstanding performance is Rakuten Bank. Rakuten Bank deposit is getting very, very big. When we started Rakuten Bank, deposit balance was about a few $1 billion, but it is now getting close to $70 billion with plus 38% 2-year CAGR growth. Talking about general market, obviously for the last 2 years, the world economy has struggled because of the COVID-19, but the old economy in advanced countries, US, Japan, Europe, and China are showing very significant comeback. Japan economy in last year was negative almost 5%, but this year we're going to show 12.8%. I think conservatively we are estimating 3.0% GNP growth, but I think this can be a little bit higher. Now we are moving to the post-COVID-19 era, especially in Japan. I think this is going to be a tremendous growth opportunity for Rakuten Group. Just talking about the pure performance for this quarter, our operating income has demonstrated extremely good growth. Excluding our mobile business, which is a big investment for us, the OI of other businesses together has reached to 47 billion Japanese yen, which is 45% YOY growth. So e-commerce, logistics, overseas businesses, all the financial businesses are performing extremely well. And one of the area we have been working on is how we can improve our overseas businesses and sports business. As you can see on this chart, our loss has dramatically shrunk. Not overstatement to say, probably we will be able to demonstrate positive income in the near future for overseas and sports businesses. The FinTech is growing extremely well, and we recently announced very ambitious project for Rakuten Card called 333, which means now we are aiming to get to 30 million number of cards issued, 30 trillion Japanese yen of short-term GDP, and the GDP market share among the credit card payment to reach 30%. This is an unbelievable target, but I think we will be able to execute. In terms of the mobile, we are building a radio station network in massive speed for 4G and 5G, and by the end of March of next year, we will reach 96% population coverage all over Japan. The mobile subscribers are growing consistent growth, and with more radios we build, I'm very confident we will be able to further accelerate new subscribers. Let's talk about ecosystem expansion through the partnerships. As you know, logistics is becoming one of the most important factors for e-commerce. And Rakuten has agreed and established joint venture with Japan Post, which has nationwide universal logistics service. So Rakuten has been building its own delivery network across Japan, but one of the biggest challenge for us is how we can penetrate to rural areas and super rural areas, whereby Japan Post already has its delivery network. So this is going to be very positive for us to basically decrease our investment into logistics network, as well as making it profitable in the very near future. And the FinTech, we are now trying to bring Rakuten Bank to public for several reasons. One, definitely bank needs good amount of equity to further accelerate the growth, as well as increase our revenue. This is as we grow equity through this public offering, we will be able to scale Rakuten Bank businesses more and underwrite more assets, which will be generated by Rakuten Card. Talking about Rakuten Mobile, we have basically three objectives. One is make sure that our standalone Rakuten Mobile business is going to be tremendously profitable. At the same time, we want to make sure that there is a tremendous contribution to Rakuten ecosystem. And third is we would like to start really creating a very scalable business model for selling our software as well as selling our platform. We already started this project. We have 6 existing clients in the Americas, 4 existing clients in Europe, and 4 in Asia. One of the most important projects we have is this project with 1&1 Zürich in Germany, which are going to basically adopt a full implementation of Rakuten Communication Platform. We believe the addressable market size of O-RAN or virtualized the mobile network business is going to reach $150 billion in 2025, and we want to be the front runner for this business. On top of that, definitely how to contribute to society is becoming a very important issue for us. We are trying to be as green as possible, and we also want to be as diversified as possible. And we would like to make sure that we have a very strong corporate governance structure to support social contribution as well. This is the highlights for this quarter. The global GTV has reached 6.6 trillion Japanese yen, which is almost 20% YOY growth. The consolidated revenue has reached 400 billion yen. Core business operating income has reached 48 billion Japanese yen. Domestic e-commerce 2-year CAGR is plus 17.7% growth. Rakuten Card shopping GTV has reached 3.6 trillion Japanese yen, which is 23.3% YOY growth. Rakuten Card holders has already reached 23.9 million cards. Rakuten Security accounts has reached 6.6 million accounts, and Rakuten Bank accounts has reached 11.38 million accounts. So all these key performance indicators are showing very healthy and strong growth. We are very happy to see this solid but very strong growth of our core businesses, as well as we are making some of the key businesses outside of Japan very profitable as well. So that is it from myself, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of the presentation. Thank you very much.
よろしくお願いします。楽天シンフォニーという 組織を立ち上げられて、でこの組織は今後どういった陣容に人数だったり、それから資本の規模だったり、どういった規模感をイメージされてるんでしょうか。それから資本提携、業務提携などを考えておられるということですけれども、どういったパートナーを今イメージされているのか、こちらも教えていただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。楽天モバイルおよび楽天シンフォニーが本当に世界の携帯業界の常識を今覆そうとしていて、そしてそれがメインプレイヤーの一つになりつつあるんですし、もうなってきていると、いろんな展示会に行ってもですね、やはりみんな楽天モバイルに興味があって、それと同様のテクノロジーを使ってやることがこれはもう未来であるっていうのはだんだんと共通認識になりつつあるんですね。よって当然他社さんもですねこれを追いかけてくるということになると思いますが、一番大きな差っていうのは楽天シンフォニーはもう楽天モバイルで、証明されて安定的に運営されているテクノロジーであるということかなというふうに思います。で、大体マーケットサイズっていうのは2025年段階で15兆円ぐらいのマーケットで、我々がすでに契約が終わって実行しているプロジェクトのサイズも数千億円になってきているということを考えれば、これはなんか小さなちょっとソフトウェアを売るってことじゃなくて、本当に一番重要なインフラであるネットワークビジネスの根幹を日本初の楽天シンフォニーという会社が取りに行くという話だと思うんですね。よって、陣容についても相当な数になるというふうに思いますし、それから、ビジネスモデルとしてはドイツでやってるようにもう全てのプロジェクトをうちが引き受けるという話もあれば、例えば、基地局のソフトウェアだけを販売していくとか、あるいは基地局のハードウェアをうちが開発を売っていくとか、さまざまなですねモデルが考えられるので、順次陣容についてはかなり大きなものになっていくと思います。
で2号案件3号案件と受注していくにあたって、ボトルネック、今あるリソースだと足らないと感じているものって何でしょうか。でそれは早晩充当できるようなものなんでしょうか。
基本的にはやはり実際にエグゼキューションしていくためには、ソフトウェアだけを売っていくっていうこともできますし、もうプロジェクトを引き受けるということも必要になってくるし、それから他のいわゆるクラウドビジネスとちょっと違うところはですね、周波数帯域が違ったり、それから国によってレギュレーションが違ったり、いろいろそのマイナーチューニングが必要になってくるんですよね。だからそれに関しては、我々でやるパターンもありますし、アクセンチュアさんとかテックマヒンドラとかそういうところと契約をして、我々は主にソフトウェアとテクノロジーを提供するんだけど、実際のインプリメンテーションはそういうところに任せるという、彼らにとってはもうこれ非常に大きなビジネスなんで、もう相当な人員を彼は作ってます。
なるほど、今もうすでに2号案件3号案件というのはもう引き合いはあるもんなんでしょうか。
すでに、もういわゆるプルーフ・オブ・コンセプトの段階、じゃあその基地局例えば何十個か動かしてみて動くかどうかしようということを、本当にでかいグローバルな、携帯会社が行っております。パーツ売りについてはもう結構できてるんですよね。
なるほど。
だからエンドトゥエンドでやるっていうところについては、これからまた増えていくと思うんですけども、エンドトゥエンドでやると手間もかかるわけですよ、正直言って。だからそのパーツを売っていくエンドトゥエンドでやるいくつかのキープロジェクトと、あとはソフトウェアだけを売っていくっていうプロジェクトと、うまい形でやらないと人員的にもリソース的にもそこまでまだないので、無理があるので、取捨選択してプライオリティをつけてやっていきたいと思ってます。
わかりました。EC についてちょっと意地悪な質問なんですが、EC については、ここもと収益性が改善してきて、良くなってきてるなと思うんですけど、一方でその競争環境はずっと激化を続けていて、なかなかやっぱり投資しても儲からないんじゃないかっていう懸念もあると思うんです。で、 EC ってその最終的にそのしっかり投資したところが、収益をこう、なんていうそう大手が、たくさんの収益を取っていくような結果になってって、結果御社の収益性がこうまた改善してくるっていう形になるのか、それとも収益性はちょっと低いままになるかもしれないけども、この EC が他の金融とかモバイルのその入り口になるような事業になっていくのか。今後のその EC 事業のその位置づけってどういうふうに変わっていきますでしょうか？
そうですね、個別の、サービスごとの収益性っていうのは出してないんですけど、楽天市場についてはもうかなりの収益レベルを達成しておりますし、ここコロナ禍にもかかわらず、またコロナ、明けてきてますけども、収益の成長っていうのは、逆に言うと売上の成長を上回ってきているということがあるので、スケールメリット、規模の経済というのは働いてきているかなというふうに思いますし、競争環境によるプレッシャーっていうのは、皆さんが思うほど、我々はあまり感じてなくて、ただ一つ大きなその、問題というかはやっぱりこの物流に対する投資っていうのは、これは巨大だなと。でもこれやらないといけないなと思ってやってきたんですけど、今般 JP さんとジョイントベンチャーを作ったことによってその問題も解消されたというのが、この収益の改善においては極めて大きいポイントだと思いますね。もうですから、楽天グループのドメスティックの e コマースについてはもう年間5兆円に到達しようとしてますから、この5兆円を次の目標としてはいかに10兆円まで持っていくかということも考えていかなきゃいけない。
続きましてフィンテックに移りたいと思います。楽天銀行の上場計画を発表されました。改めて、この上場を決断された背景についてお伺いできますでしょうか？
そうですね、特に銀行というものは、金融庁さんも含めてね、やはりこのかなりレギュレーションが強い、そもそもですね、というところもあり、ただ一方証券化等を通じてその楽天グループの他のファイナンシャルビジネスを支えているっていうところもあるわけですけれども、やはり十分な資本が必要であると。資本が厚ければ厚いほどですね、収益性も上げることができるということがあります。一方楽天グループでは楽天モバイルをはじめかなり積極的な投資をしていますから、そこへ資本を厚く当てるよりも外部の資本を入れることによって資本を厚くして、そして楽天銀行での収益をさらに、成長させていくということができるのではないかなっていう意味において、まずは銀行を上場させてみようということであります。
バランスシートの問題についてなんですけれども、モバイル事業でのその投資がかさんでいって、バランスシートが少し重たくなっているという点あると思うんですけれども、あるべきその自己資本比率でしたり、財務戦略、どういったことが取り得るのか、お考えを教えていただけますでしょうか？
そうですね、そういう意味を含めて今回楽天銀行の成長資金を獲得するという意味においてもですね、いわゆる上場というものを検討しているということになります。よって、全体的にパーツバイパーツである程度の資本調達というものを考えながら、その中でグループとしてあるいは楽天グループ株式会社の資本を少し厚くしていくということによって、成長資金を得ていくということで、今回ある意味ね楽天銀行を上場させようということでありますが、これは我々にとっては歴史的な転換点の一つなのかなと思ってます。資本戦略上もですね。
海外事業のその今後のその収益貢献の見通しについて、どのようにお考えでしょうか？
海外事業については成功したものと失敗したものがあります。失敗したものについては、ちゃんと評価をして、売却なり撤退というものをやらなくてはいけないと。ただやっぱりトライアルしないとねわからないということもあるので、ただその中で例えばバイバー、あるいはビッキーっていうものは、もう黒字化してまして黒字化が見えてきているということもあります。でこれは将来的には相当の利益貢献をしてくるだろうなと思ってますし、一方だからコボみたいなこの電子書籍についてはや やはりもう世界の中でアマゾンと楽天コボしかないという状況になってきているので、いくつの国ではもう本当に大きなマーケットシェアを得ていて、収益的にも単体ベースでいうともう収益化しつつあると、それからアメリカの、楽天リバース、これも非常に大きな貢献になってますし、で当然まだ赤字の部分もあるんですけど、一個ずつ見ていけば、黒字化ができてきているので、昔みたいな大きな赤字じゃないですし、今後近い将来全体として黒字化できるような体制っていうものを作っていこうということで、一つ一つのビジネスを結構丁寧に見て今行ってます。
コロナ明けつつありますけどというお話ありましたが、しばらくはやっぱり感染症を気にしたような生活になっていくのかなと思うんですが、そういう社会になった時に、働き方だったり、あるいはその、出張のありやなしやですとか、旅行ですとか、消費ですとか、エンタメですとか、結構大きなことが起こるんじゃないのかなけど、そのあたりはいかがお考えでしょうか。
そうですね、ワクチン接種とそれとともに、ワクチン接種も楽天グループも今87万件から
そうなんですか。
もうすぐ100万件やるっていうですね、プライベートカンパニーでここまでやった会社はないのかなと思ってますし、コロナからの脱却っていうものでは、それなりの貢献ができたのかなというふうに、社員一同、安堵してます。で、じゃあその後のビヘイビアがどうなるのかっていう、これはやっぱり治療薬がある程度出てくることによって、コロナというものはそんなに恐れなくてもいいよねっていう共通認識が相伴できるんではないかなというふうに思いますと、それによってデジタリゼーションが進んだこと、よりZoomを使って会議を効率的にやろうっていうこともありますし、ただやっぱりそれによってストレスを感じている人もたくさんいるので、ある意味はハイブリッドになっていくんだろうなというふうに思います。
リアルのそのサービスを行っているところにですね、その DX 支援みたいなことって、やっていくと世の中も変わりますし、御社のビジネスオポチュニティも出てくるのかなと思うんですけど、現時点でそういったことっていうのはもうやられてるんでしょうか。
それが声優さんと、始めてます DX プロジェクト、でこれは単純にその中の決済をより良くっていうよりも全てのシステムをですね DX 対応にしていくというプロジェクトを一緒に進めてまして、楽天グループとしてはその声優さんとやるだけではなくて他の流通業者にも使えるようにしていくということを考えています。オンラインのマーケティングをやったり、ペイメントも統合したりですね、あるいはデータを使いながら仕入れコストをどうやってコントロールするか、価格をどうやってコントロールするかということを全て AI を使いながら制御していくというプラットフォームをスーパーマーケット向けに作っていて、でそれを今後いろんなところに展開をしていくということだと思うんですよね。やっぱり日本の場合は中国みたいにインターネットショッピングの比率が 30%、40% って、もしかしたら将来いくのかもしれないけど、やっぱりこのハイブリッド型でどうやって攻めていくかって重要だと思っててですね、その意味においては楽天カードは将来的には多分 30% のマーケットシェアいくんでしょう。それの意味合いは非常に大きいですよね。我々としては逆にオフラインで買ってもらっても、クレジットカードの手数料が入ってくると、あるいはオンラインで買ってもらったら、さらに入ってくると、それに加えて、オンラインとオフラインを合わせた広告ビジネスも作っていけるということになってきて、その一番重要なモバイルのプラットフォームについても、今後この3社の中に割ってあえて4社、将来的にはリーダーになれるんではないかなと思ってます。
なるほど、わかりました。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
In the third quarter, shopping e-commerce GMS centered on Rakuten Ichiba steadily increased. This is despite the strong demand which arose from stay-at-home trends in the third quarter of last year. In addition, domestic e-commerce GMS, including travel, grew by single digit due to postponement of the Go-To Travel campaign. But the trend has not changed and remained firm. Let's look at revenue and operating income. The e-commerce business, centered on Rakuten Ichiba, continued to grow even after last year's increased demand due to stay-at-home trends. Both revenue and operating income steadily increased. Here is a breakdown of our operating profit. In our marketplace business, Rakuten Travel was affected by last year's Go To Travel campaign. On the other hand, Rakuten Ichiba's operating profit increased as a result of increased user loyalty. In the logistics business, we established JP Rakuten Logistics, our new joint venture with Japan Post, in the third quarter. JP Rakuten Logistics succeeded Rakuten's logistics business, which led to improved year-on-year results. The e-commerce penetration ratio in Japan is increasing year after year, and in 2020 it was 8.1%. This is still low compared to the other countries, so further growth is expected in the future. Growth rate of Rakuten's e-commerce service are exceeding industry average despite the current conditions. Rakuten will continue to aim for further business expansion as our e-commerce penetration ratio increases. At Rakuten Ichiba, the number of users making purchases and the frequency of purchases per user both continue to grow. So we are maintaining a higher user retention rate. Along with Rakuten Ichiba growth, cross-use with each of our e-commerce services is also steadily increasing. We will continue to focus on expanding cross-use and aim to maximize our users' LTV. As an e-commerce operator, we believe we must expand our logistic capabilities in order to meet growing demand for e-commerce going forward. Through collaboration with Japan Post, we will improve user satisfaction and support revenue expansion by making logistics more efficient for our merchants. JP Rakuten Logistics has started operation of its Chuo Rinkan Fulfillment Center. Currently, the number of deliveries from Rakuten Super Logistics is increasing, and we are aiming for further expansion going forward. In addition, we are conducting drone delivery trials and achieved the first round-trip delivery in Japan conducted without observers. Going forward, we will make practical use of drone in order to make deliveries more efficient and promote regional revitalization and CO2 reduction in regions where traditional deliveries are difficult. In addition, Rakuten Travel is promoting a variety of pandemic-related initiatives for our customers, business partners, and society at large. Most recently, we are supporting large-scale vaccination operations in several regions by expanding our workplace vaccination centers.
FinTech segment achieved increased revenue as the customer base of each service expanded and usage as a main service increased due to initiative to promote cross-use. Rakuten Card posted year-on-year decrease in profits. This is mainly due to last year additional government subsidies for the promotion of cashless payment and upfront investments such as acquiring new Rakuten Card users for the post-pandemic market and marketing initiatives aimed at ecosystem expansion. These factors contributed to our growing industry presence. Rakuten Securities incurred more costs for customer acquisition and expansion of asset service, but we believe these upfront investments are necessary for future growth. Customer base expansion continued to be strong. In October, the number of Rakuten cards issued exceeded 24 million. Rakuten Card's shopping transaction value continued to grow at a fast pace. Its industry market share reached 21.4%. Rakuten Bank's usage as customers' main account is increasing. We achieved steady growth in the number of payroll accounts and transactions made. Rakuten Securities is expanding its asset business, which generates stable profit over the medium to long term. The number of investor trust accounts and the amount of contribution have increased significantly. In the insurance business, Rakuten Life started selling dementia insurance as a new form of insurance in response to Japan's aging society. Contract acquisition is steadily increasing. Rakuten Payment succeeded in introducing customers to other Rakuten Group services by releasing a new UI for the Rakuten Pay app with expanded functionality for users. As a new measure to expand our merchant base, we launched a campaign for small and medium-sized stores applying for Rakuten Pay for the first time, giving them 1 year of Rakuten Pay QR payment effectively free of charge. In June, Rakuten Card began offering a second Rakuten Card to customers in order to expand our wallet share. The number of second cards issued exceeded 500,000 at the end of September. The amount spent per customer increased by an average of about 60%. This will contribute to future GMS growth. Rakuten Card have set our next set of goals. The triple three. 30 million cards issued, shopping transaction value of 30 trillion yen, and 30% market share in the Japanese credit card industry. A transaction value of 30 trillion yen will put us on the same scale as the global industry players. We are confident we can make our presence much bigger. We also believe that achieving the triple three contributes to the growth of not only our FinTech businesses, but the Rakuten Group as a whole. Rakuten Bank has increased the number of Rakuten Card withdrawal accounts, and Rakuten Securities has significantly expanded its investment trust business since launching Rakuten Card credit settlements. The payment ratio of Rakuten Card in Rakuten Ichiba's GMS is around 70%, demonstrating a synergistic effect. Rakuten Bank is preparing for its IPO. We believe this will let us manage operations more autonomously, lead to greater strategic growth, and further contribute to the Rakuten ecosystem. Every day, more people are shifting their daily activities into the Rakuten ecosystem, thanks to Rakuten Card. FinTech businesses will continue to promote cross-use with Rakuten Card as a point of entry, aiming to expand the customer base and the profit base of all our FinTech companies.
Rakuten Mobile's network build-out is progressing at a rapid pace. At the end of September, there were over 30,000 4G base stations on air. as another 10,000 base stations are also ready to come online as soon as we take delivery of semiconductor components. We're looking forward to a smooth and steady rollout. We expect to achieve our target of 96% population coverage for 4G in spring next year. While the global semiconductor supply shortage has impacted our previous goal of 96% coverage by this summer, compared to the plan originally submitted to the regulator, we're still about 4 years ahead of schedule. Thanks to this progress in the build-out of our network, we are now ready to make solid inroads into switching off the roaming support we have had from our partner KDDI. From October 1st, we've started to gradually decrease these roaming areas, shifting nearly 40 prefectures from reliance on roaming to Rakuten's network. Our single service plan, Rakuten Unlimited 6, has been very well received for offering unlimited data usage at a low price. That said, for those in roaming areas, there's a data usage limit of 5 GB per month. By accelerating the transition from roaming, more customers will be able to use our unlimited data plan at a lower price. We expect this to boost data usage for existing customers. And as the roaming areas decrease, we will be able to woo those new customers who may have been concerned about free data limits. Here you can see the number of applications has increased steadily even without the one-year free campaign period, which ended in April. We expect the ongoing transition from roaming to our own network to further accelerate customer acquisition. Here are the mobile segment results for the third quarter. We saw revenue grow over the previous quarter. This is thanks to the increase in the number of users coming off our one-year free campaign. The revenue increase from these users outpaced the revenue lost from MVNO users migrating to the MNO service with 3-month free campaign. On the cost side, network-related costs continue to rise as we increase coverage, resulting in a larger operating loss. As we switch over areas to Rakuten's network, we expect roaming costs to come down after the next switchover, scheduled for April 1st. In addition, the increase in fee-paying customers can be expected to contribute to smaller losses from the second quarter next year.
We were ranked as a 5G global leader and best in Japan in both 5G downlink and 5G uplink speed by OpenSignal 5G Global Mobile Network Experience Awards. These are testaments that we are on the path of success. We have now started phase 2 of our journey with Rakuten Symphony. We aim to empower industry, society, and individuals to transform themselves through cloud, edge, and automation technology, with a vision to connect everything to fulfill the potential for a sustainable society. Rakuten Symphony will redefine the telco landscape with its unique approach. We introduced the concept of transparency. Our customers today can engage with us on a full transparent cost model, eliminating friction and establishing true partnership approach with our customer. Component-level transparency in hardware cost plus approach to software and services will disrupt this industry for the better. And most recently, I am very delighted to announce to you one of the most advanced products that we have announced in Mobile World Congress Los Angeles. It is a disruptive solution for the first time in telco industry, combining radio access, network and transport, serving Open RAN and legacy in one environmentally hardened, high-performance platform. This is SimWare. It is the new radio as a service platform that Rakuten Symphony is introducing to the market. We also have introduced a new way of consuming telco application in an app store-like approach. We use Medina ourselves in making available to our customer, making network rollout frictionless and automated. RCP Next Generation OSS provide a simplified architecture, standardized, modern, and cloud-native. We have made headways in securing one of the largest Open RAN virtualized network with 1&1 in Germany, and working closely with Telefonica on redefining the evolution of a brownfield networks into Open RAN era. There are a few examples that Rakuten Symphony is already engaging with to help through this transformation journey. We currently have over 100 engagement globally with telcos in all geographies. The future, I believe, is bright for Rakuten Symphony. The future is bright for mobile operators as they transition to 5G, leveraging Symphony disruptive solutions.
Here are our third quarter financial results. Revenue was up double-digit year-on-year. This was due to the strong growth of domestic e-commerce, including Rakuten Ichiba and Rakuten Seiyu Net Super. The sports business and overseas businesses, which were significantly affected by the pandemic last year, also recovered. Non-GAAP operating income declined due to higher depreciation costs, reflecting an increase in base station in the mobile businesses. However, non-GAAP operating income, excluding mobile, logistics, and the investment business, which are in the strategic investment phase, showed very strong growth year-on-year. In addition, IFRS operating income improved by more than 30 billion yen year-on-year, partly due to the gain resulting from the step acquisition of Altiostar. Here is a breakdown of non-GAAP operating income. Domestic e-commerce and other internet service drove profit growth. Rakuten Ichiba achieved profit growth due to steady increase in new users, boosted by continued strong retention rates of new user gained during the pandemic, even after last year's increased demand that arose from stay-at-home trends. Logistics costs were reduced as Rakuten's logistics business was succeeded to a JP Rakuten Logistics, our joint venture with Japan Post. Going forward, we will work to further improve logistics quality and cost efficiencies. Other internet services showed a significant improvement in profits as Rakuten Rewards and the sports businesses recovered. Profits from Viber also increased. In the FinTech segments, high levels of cashless return subsidies were recorded at Rakuten Card in the third quarter of last year. Upfront investments such as membership acquisition with an eye on the post-corona world and marketing aimed at expanding the group ecosystem also led to a decline in profits. But Rakuten Card's presence in the industry is steadily increasing. In the mobile segment, although profits continue to decline due to upfront investments, our base station rollout is progressing well and population coverage is currently over 94%. As shown here, other internet services have improved significantly. We are starting to achieve profitability. Our business portfolio committee has focused on various cost reductions through business concentration and selection, and we are seeing results. The sports businesses and overseas businesses, which were negatively affected by the pandemic, have recovered. In particular, Rakuten Rewards is now back on track, showing strong profit growth as the adverse effect of the pandemic subside and following the rebranding from eBase to Rakuten. Here is a reconciliation from non-GAAP operating income to IFRS operating income. IFRS operating income improved as we recorded a gain on the step acquisition of Altiostar. In April 2019, Rakuten reorganized its group structure. We aimed for swift decision-making by clarifying the accountability and streamlining the organization and operations. Management is now able to optimize the allocation of resources effectively. This April, we changed the company name to Rakuten Group. Our competitiveness and mobility was further enhanced by better capital efficiency. We are accelerating the autonomous growth of Rakuten ecosystem and further enhancing services through advanced technology. In September, we announced the start of preparation for an IPO of Rakuten Bank and the decision to incorporate Rakuten Symphony. Both are expected to strengthen the financial base of the group as a whole and accelerate the autonomous growth of Rakuten ecosystem. In the banking industry, in particular, business models are changing. New institutions such as digital banks and challenger banks are growing rapidly by leveraging their own unique ecosystems. These banks will play a leading role in the future cashless era. Their market valuation is also proving to be completely different from conventional banks. Rakuten Bank aims to grow by ensuring capital flexibility via an IPO. It intends to establish a new model for banks both as the core of Rakuten ecosystem and as a pioneering bank. In October, two rating agencies, JCR and R&I, announced that they would maintain their current credit ratings. We believe that the announcement of Rakuten Bank's IPO preparation positively affected their decision. And this is just one example of the variety of financing options this Rakuten Group has available. We do not need to rely on the interest-bearing debt only. Rakuten has set membership value as an important KPI. While FinTech continued to perform strongly, membership value decreased due to the rebound experienced in e-commerce related businesses. Membership value, which surged last year during the pandemic. However, membership value increased by 16% in 2-year CAGR. Rakuten will aim to continue to increase membership value and corporate value by expanding our ecosystem.
Thank you for joining our third quarter results presentation. Please allow me to share one final but important KPI. Rakuten has helped fully vaccinate nearly 500,000 people in Japan against COVID-19. Just 5 months ago, no one at Rakuten had any experience with vaccinations. Rakuten culture is known for getting things done, whether it's helping vaccinate Japan's population or building mobile base stations across Japan at unprecedented speed. This can-do culture is what drives Rakuten to achieve its disruptive and ambitious goals. Thanks for watching.